Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome back to Life Trials by EAC with your favorite political analyst and Playboy model, Miss Elizabeth. How are you guys? I hope everybody's doing very well today. This is a very special episode. Thank you again for joining me on this beautiful, lovely Wednesday afternoon here on the East Coast of Florida. Out here in Davie, it is 3:04 p.m. If you would like to support this podcast, please visit elizabethcharney.com and subscribe to all the platforms that are hosting my podcast. And please don't forget, you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel because if not, I do not grow. Okay? And without further ado, I have a very special person here in studio, the famous internationally published model, actor, entrepreneur, fitness guru, Sabrina Sidoti.
Hi, how are you? Yes, Sidoti.
Did I say it right?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
How are you doing today, mi niña?
Good, I'm doing great. Feeling good. It's a beautiful day out. I'm here.
You're a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Your whole existence is a beautiful day. Look at her. She is absolutely stunning. I just want to thank you again for coming on my podcast. It is an honor.
Thank you for having me.
I know. Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. And I'm just really excited to have her here. She is a world-renowned fitness guru, entrepreneur, actor, model, and just really a very empowering woman. And I just really can't wait to dive into our conversation today.
Me too, because we're going to hit some topics, but we're going to hit into different details regarding the topics, which is also kind of nice too.
Guys, she's really an absolutely stunning person. And I really can't wait to really understand in detail. She just emphasized her life trials, her experiences, and how like the sense of empowerment that you have, that you bring to the table here is, I can't wait for everybody to see. So let's dive right the fuck in, okay, to these questions, because I've been really, I really thank Mosab for hooking us up. Like
Yes, thank you.
She exerts a lot of positive energy, and I just really can't wait to get to know you. Like, you're just stunning. So thank you.
We've been talking now, so we have so much to discuss. It's so great.
So my very first question, which is I want to like really have you elaborate as to who is Sabrina, your background as a fitness guru, actor, model, and just your passion for those industries and why you're in those specific industries. So just, I guess, start with the background. Though.
So I am from South Florida, born and raised. And, there's a lot of, when I was growing up, that's when the movie industry started down here. The modeling, it was very competitive. And when I was in my late teens, I actually worked on a hot dog stand. Yeah, so
oh my god.
So it was very popular. I was in The Inquirer. The Inquirer. I was on the Howard Stern show, and they basically hit the topics of the hot dog stands and everything. So women down here, and so I saved my money. I was working, saving my money, and bought my first set of Wonkers.
Oh, they look very nice. Let me tell you, they're very nice.
And then that's when I started to work out. That's when I knew fitness and training and taking care of myself was number one. So I would go into the gym, and I'm not sure if everybody starts out like this, but because I did not have a lot of knowledge, what I would do is I'd pick up the magazines such as Flex, Muscle and Fitness. There was Muscle Mag. There was all these magazines that were like very popular, and these actually drove me to be fit or take care of myself. And I've always wanted to be on the cover of a fitness magazine, which I just was. So growing up, this is what I would do. I'd look at the magazines like Cosmopolitan, Glamour. I'd do, oh my God, I want to do that. And then,
you're so beautiful.
And then you're just like, okay, well, you sometimes can't control exactly the direction of your life, but you can have some say so. You know what I mean? So I started to work out, take care of myself. And I started to do regular movies that we would call B. I was eligible for SAG, but I didn't enroll in SAG. But I just wanted to do the extra roles, featured extras. Okay. Just wanted to do things that I liked, the little parts and roles. So I did stuff with Corey Feldman, Grandpa Munster, Kathy Ireland. Like there was a lot of big celebs that were already like names in the movies that I did. And I just had, I got my feet wet,
Yeah.
you know, and I was like, well, I like this. And there was so many girls down here in Florida who were doing the same thing, just like now, so many girls because of social media, and in Florida or California, these areas are very well known and popular and common for women to take care of themselves, get involved in the industries, all different sorts, you know.
We gotta look good. We gotta
it's
look good.
Very competitive, you know. But I don't really like to think of women as competition. We like to think of them as we working together and support each other. That's like my main thing. And aside of the personal and relationships, women in general are much stronger when we work together, you know.
That's right. That is correct.
I had a manager as a woman, a manager who knew people in the film, the XXX film, the adult film. So we flew together to California, and she knew Jill Kelly, Jenna Jameson, all the names, and I flew us out there, and we went out there and we worked it, and she was able to land me some of my first girl with Jill Kelly, and that's how I wanted to start my adult film. So that's what I did in my early 20s, mid 20s.
Good. The time of mistakes and shit. Like,
Yeah.
best time to do that, you know?
About that.
And I think that, like, you have lived a very extensive, like, you've pursued an extensive career and in so many different frames and have accomplished so much in such a small amount of time. I think that's really critical.
And life is like a circle. I don't know if you believe that or not, but as we mature, we realize, wait a minute, so I wanted to do this then. I wanted to be a personal trainer at 19 and 20.
Yeah.
But I didn't because I wanted to be more driven and make more money. Because back then it wasn't as much of the income as now.
Yeah.
Now it's like these coaches are making hundreds of thousands. You know, they're doing very well and online and stuff too. So my thing was like, so I was driven. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do to make the money that I wanted. And back then the adult scenes were actually a good form of payment, you know? It wasn't now. Now it's different. Now it's like, cause a lot of people are doing film now, and I guess they're all, putting titles on themselves as film stars, you know, and so the industry doesn't pay. They don't pay as much now because it's like dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No,
Way back then it was like kind of like, you know, there was like two handfuls of girls with names, and when we would do the conventions, the AVN and the Exotica and the shows, it was kind of like the guys were like super excited because they knew that they would see some of the handfuls of girls that they were actually able to see on film.
Yeah.
You know, but now it's like, you know, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that, like, you have such a diverse background that
we can indulge about whatever topics that
shit,
because I have so many,
girl. And like, you know, I want to know your experience, like more specifically, obviously, with respects to be able to share with the audience here, like how it was to maneuver your life as an adult star as an adult star that starred in films, but not as frequently because you did have so many different endeavors that you were pursuing. How were you able to do all of that?
Too. So I was in a relationship for 4.5 years, and I was engaged, and he actually was quite thrilled. He was happy because he actually liked the idea of his fiance doing adult film with girls. It wasn't a girl-boy film. He actually liked the whole idea of girls and girls. It was like that whole, ooh, like this is my arm piece. This is my woman, you know?
Shit.
And I guess different strokes for different folks, you know what I mean? So, and I was okay with that because I felt like I was doing what I wanted to do, and I was able to do that, but still it was okay with doing that in the relationship. And it became very diverse. You know, it does not work in every relationship you can't do stuff like that. But if it works for you, then it works, you know? So with that being said, I basically was engaged doing some girl film. I had my own company then too, just like now. I actually, I had two back then. And, you know, I had a production company. I produced my own film as well. I actually produced 3, Naughty Playmates 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, shit.
You know, it's funny how like we learn. So all that, I actually learned so much from way back when till now. So, because that was when I was 25, 26. I'm 46 now.
She looks amazing, by the way.
20 years of knowledge.
26?
And,
you look 26.
Thank you.
Mi niña.
Thank you.
You look so fucking good, bro. Like,
Thank you.
Fuck. Está buena. A fucking buena. You look amazing.
Ow,
I just had to
thank
lower
you.
the volume a
Yeah,
little
because
bit.
I heard it was loud. Yes, that's fine.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine.
Shit. And I just think that, like, what you've accomplished is so empowering to a lot of women in all these industries. And, I think...
It's all about your network. Your network and how you treat people as well, and how you handle yourself in business. And so karma, capital K.
Please
how
tell
you
me
treat
about that.
people, very important, meaning like don't screw people over, don't use them, don't steal, okay, we're going to
cheat.
get a few liars every now and then. You're going to get some people that make a mistake every now and then. But when it's a constant, like when you have that personality that you're trying to screw people over, take advantage, and the motives that are not true, sincere, or pure, then that's a problem.
No, yeah. Yeah. And I think that the way that you've been able to maneuver so many different endeavors is it talks about your character and how ethical you are and how much integrity you have in everything that you do. And it just like surprised me when I did do my research on you and saw who you were. Like, you're an amazing person. You have so much to offer, and like this kind of leads into my next question, which is about the, how, obviously with the beginning of your modeling career and acting career just taking off, you were, you had to go into the, what do you call that shit? Like the ranker, the bunker?
Oh,
what are they?
Incarceration.
Whatever. But
the bunkers. That's right, girl.
I felt like that.
The slammer.
The slammer. There you go. I'm like, fuck. Like, what the fuck?
I went in the slammer, babe.
And, I think that, like, with such a, like, that's such a profound experience. Like, can you at least, detail to some capacity, like, what happened, like, your time
I can tell
during
you what
there?
I love. I just love it when people say to me, like, oh, you were incarcerated or you did time? Oh, well, I don't judge. I'm like, I think the first thing I think to myself is, I don't care if you fucking judge or not.
Yeah,
to be honest,
no,
I'm so strong-minded. In my 20s, I learned not to live your life on how people want you to live your life. Don't change things for other people. Don't change who you are, because that's a sign of being weak. Be yourself, and not everybody is meant to be. You know what I mean? Like whether it's business or relationships or whatnot, So
There we go.
yeah, so about being incarcerated now.
Yeah, can you tell us a
Yes.
little bit about that? Because, I think that such a profound experience like that is really like what threw you up and elevated you to where you are today. And I think that's really important, because I know that I have a lot of fans,
character.
people with like within my audience that have been in those circumstances, have served time, and they don't know how to bounce back. So how did you overcome such a horrifying experience, and how you completely turned your life
It's your
around
mindset.
for the amazing person that you are today?
First of all, your mind is a powerful thing. Okay, so
Teach
it's
me.
all your mindset and the strength that you're able to instill in your mindset. A lot of people clutter their brain with a lot of negative bullshit, but you have to be able to start thinking in the future. Like, start thinking ahead. Start thinking, because look around. People are making moves. They're doing things that they want to do. So why would you let something such as incarceration hold you back? So when I was in there for 121 months, which is like 10 years, you really serve 8 years in 1 week.
I want to kill myself.
With probation of 5 years. So people didn't really know that. I've only talked on one show, but when people hear about probation for 5 years, they're like, 10 years plus 5? Yes, my first time, 10 years plus 5.
Disgusting.
They made an example.
I think that's the problem with the system.
It was a federal charge. And
Doesn't matter.
until they make changes to laws and different things, like they have been regarding drug laws or like different things, people are going to be serving long incarceration for lengthy amount of times for small amounts or conspiracy.
Yeah.
Conspiracy gives you a
Stupid.
long length. So while I was
stupid.
doing time, I basically maintained myself with my workouts. I helped other girls maintain their body as well. I stayed close to my mom, family, and everything. And I basically, though, what I did is I was able to tune society out and just work on myself and be who I want to be, or envision who I want to be when I actually get out and released.
Yeah, no, and you have a strong mindset, because you see, like, if that was me, and when I read that, I was like, this woman, like, and because obviously I did a year of law school. I have 2 more years left of, like, to finish. So I love the law. And I think that, as we were talking before the show, is that a lot of people do not know the law. And that was something that I actually learned in criminal law, was that I think it was like after the fact.
People are dependent on attorneys, really, to protect them and save them and trust them.
I know that. What the fuck? I know that more than anybody else. But it's like, you know, what bothered me the most is that when I read that, it's like you just mentioned, is that the courts and the system and the prosecutors, the ones that make the least amount of money, they think that it's their job to teach people a lesson. Like, they think that they're in the position to make such judgment. I could have
done half the time and I would have been just fine and learned plenty.
Not even. And you know, and that's the thing. Like, I think that what's happening with the, you know, judicial system, just like I have a problem saying fucking the dojo shit, like judicial. I'm like fucking
it's like
retarded, literally. So like I think that the system itself needs to be like reinvented to some capacity, you know, because we have violent offenders like who commit like murder,
whether it's their first time or second time. So you got to look at that too as a different thing, because what makes a violent offender considered a violent offender? So there's so many fine tuning, like little loopholes and this and that. No, you know, sometimes it's all about each case is different too.
Exactly.
The individual, their history, what they actually did. Was it really them who did it, or it's just so much? It's like,
have you ever thought about going to school and becoming an attorney?
My dad, when I was growing up, he said I should be one.
I mean, it's not too late, like for nothing.
Right.
Let me tell you. And I think that like you would be a big advocate.
I'm a felon.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, I didn't
still
know
go to
that.
law school.
Oh, just not medical. Okay.
No, I mean, I think medical school too. Like they don't get. I mean, there's such a shortage now with doctors that like
bring it on, as long as you know your shit and you're
and that's
too well.
And that's the thing. Like I think that has what pushed me to want to finish law school and all that stuff, because of my my previous experience and stuff like that with my previous relationship.
Amazing, yeah.
That like because of the fact that like you have these powerful entities trying to like crush you and stuff like that, and you know what is right and what is wrong. I think that the justice system has a lot of work to do, because we cannot make like, how you just mentioned that they wanted to make an example. Is that what you said?
Absolutely.
Like, and that's not right.
I had a very strict judge. Everybody knows this.
Man.
It's not that it was just me.
Yeah.
Whoever gets in front of him, that's how he is. And he made a good example out of me, the prosecutor as well. It was very bad.
No,
it was very bad.
And you see, like, that is the problem.
I couldn't even
with
get
our
off
society.
of probation early.
No, it's disgusting.
Look, after doing 3 years of probation, I tried to not appeal it, but you get a shorter. And they said no. And I was doing great. My own company. I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
Yeah, you're helping the community.
Well, so it just basically, it just depends on who you have not in your corner and how much pull that they have. You got to watch.
And I think like what the issue, and I'm glad that we spoke about this, because like you have turned your entire life around and you're doing so much, and your net worth and the money that you make.
Regardless of everything. And
that's what's crazy to me. You got me? Like you can't just sit there and be like, oh, because you were involved in this, we're going to make an example of you and we're going to turn your whole life on its head.
I'm not wealthy. I do okay. I'm comfortable. I don't have a man funding my whole game plan here of life. Unfortunately, hello. But I do take hello. No, but I'm just saying, it's like, so everything is my own. So before I got out of incarceration, I basically was looking at magazines and researching being a personal trainer, since that's what I enjoy doing. So I actually was looking at Orange Theory.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, maybe I should open one up, since it's a brand new chain. This is when it was brand new. This is 7 years ago now. So I was like, I've been out for 6 years. So 7 years ago, Orange Theory was actually kind of brand new, and I was actually looking to franchise. I wanted to see what I would have to do. Then I was released, and then I had to get back on my feet, and it takes more than what people think. So I had to come out and get a real job. Real job. So my real job was at Lord & Taylor. Wow. I was working there, building my credit, my credit and stuff. Because credit's huge, guys. Whatever you do, take care of your credit. Even if you're incarcerated, try to do it in there. Or if you have someone that you trust, which is hard, have them work on it for you for when you get out, because it really means a great deal and it helps you in life,
Oh, tell me about it. I used to have like almost 800 credit, and because of my last relationship,
anything can hurt it now.
No, I mean I have, my credit has gone down enormously because of the millionaire bum that left me with all this debt and stuff. So
I've been watching women now online.
He needs to go to fucking prison, that's for sure.
Yeah, that have
for his racketeering as shit.
So I've been watching women now that are in businesses and stuff, and I'm watching them and I'm trying to learn. I'm not at that level yet, but I'm watching them, and they have different what's it called when you go to their conventions or whatever and listen to them speak and stuff.
Oh, the TED Talks and shit.
Yeah, what's his name, Cardone. Or there's a woman Trish now online. So I'm at the point now where, so I was released. I started my own company after a year. The judge said I was able to create a company. Okay, fine. So I did my company, and I've been working and building, and my network. So your network has to be very strong. You have to build a solid one in order to make it again. For example, people can go bankrupt. That does not mean it's the end of the world. As long as your network is strong and you know what you know from way back when or from when, and you're able to use or network because you have good karma with people you've done business with in the past, trust and believe, people make sure others rise, because now there's enough room for people for doing the businesses and making money everywhere now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's, and that's, network, you see, your thought process, I think, is so empowering, because you see, I think that when I've been faced with adversity, I first break down, and I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? I can't believe this is happening to me. This should not be happening to me, whatever. Yeah. And then it takes me time to then quickly start, figuring out what is the next step. And for you to just instantly be able to just alter your mind in such a positive manner, I think is extremely empowering, because a lot of people, I can't do that, and I have a lot to learn. I mean, I'm 29 years old, but
you're
still
a young spring chicken.
Oh, my pussy's getting old. Shit, no, my God. But
I love speaking to women who are in their 20s, 30s, and I like to be able to give them advice, whether they want to believe it, take it, or not.
I think you have a lot to offer to the world, and also you are a life coach. You do provide an enormous amount of advice that I think is extremely critical to a lot of people's life. And even though if they're like, oh yeah, whatever, they're taking what you said and indulging in that and really marinating in it. And I think it's important. And this does lead me to my next question. How did you get into the modeling and acting career? How'd you get it started? And if you can go into detail with respects to any drama and any barriers that you had to overcome. Well, with respects, we did talk about her acting career, so I wanted
in
more
the 20s,
specifically.
But now when you get out of incarceration, so everything has changed.
Okay.
Remember, your cell phones have changed.
That's true.
Okay, your cell phones changed after 10 years, okay? It was a flip phone. So the cell phones change, the social media is there when it was not there. We had MySpace, okay?
I remember I had MySpace too.
Yeah, so when I got out, there was all this stuff, and I'm like, what the heck? I was intimidated, but that intimidation fueled me. So I get fueled by different types of things. So I feel like I don't like to be scared. I don't like to be intimidated. So if I feel that way, but then I see other people around me that are able to overcome or move ahead, I feel like, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. That's the mindset. Don't always think of why me. Don't do that. Think of, well, you know what? if they can do it, I can do it too. And that's what you have to do. And then you have to figure out how they reached it. So everybody has a different way to reach their goals. Some people it's rougher or tougher. I know people that have a lot of backing, that they have people that they know just handing them things. Okay. Well, what I do is I reach out. I reach out. I reach out. And I'm always like, I just did it to a magazine, another one. So, okay. So what I do now is getting published in magazines have changed a lot now too.
Yeah.
Back when I test shot for Playboy, it's different than now.
Yeah.
So because of social media, the magazines, they had to take a little twist and a turn on how they're going to be able to publish and survive as well.
Profit as well.
Because people can see it digital online.
Yeah. I hate it. I have all the copies of my magazines.
Right.
Every single one of them.
I'm working on getting all my copies and stuff, I love it. It's such a great feeling.
Yes.
When it's something that you want to do and you do it and it's there, if it makes you feel good, then fucking do it.
Yeah.
And people have asked me, well, why do you want to do magazine covers? What's that going to do? Make me happy. I'm smiling. This is what I want to do. I want to reinvest in myself and whatever I can to make me feel and be a better person the way I want to feel. I don't care what other people say. That's where you have to become very strong. It's like, so I'm going to be shooting for the cover of the FHM magazine United States cover November.
That is amazing.
Thank you.
Happy early birthday too, by the way.
Thank you. That's my birthday too, right? So I'll be shooting that. I'm very excited. It's kind of surreal, but the shoot's going to be on September 12th. I'm kind of like, oh my God. But I've been doing my wardrobe. Like, I like to be part of the production.
Yeah.
I love that. And then I'm shooting for another cover as kind of like a warm up for high fashion.
Oh, wow.
So if people tell you because of your height, because of your body type, the boobs, this and that you can't do high fashion, I'm saying, what? Excuse me? Let me show you. So the next moves for 2022, this is how you have to, for 2022, I'm like, okay, time to do Glamour magazine, Bazaar magazine.
Oh, yeah.
So next year, so what I try to do is every year, 2 or 3 covers.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And why? It makes me feel good.
No, there's worthy and this is what the problem is. I'm so actually happy that you brought this specific issue up in the industry, right? I've had a lot of people that have not been published. They're like, oh, why do you get published? Why do you like to be on the cover and all this shit? And I said, first of all, that gives you the authenticity of your modeling. You going and posting and doing a photo shoot on it, like with
say that. Who would even? I mean, why would you even?
No, I mean,
20 years ago, stupid. Are you going to say that? Do you say that to Kim Kardashian when she's on the cover of Vogue? No. You're like, wow, how nice. Or Cosmopolitan.
They're just hating.
I'm like, hating. Wow. Like, I mean,
and FHM US, like the cover of that, like is.
And I'm putting my all into it, like 1,000%. And the reason why I like to do things right now at my age, because I never thought at 46 years old that I was going to be able to reach goals like I want to reach and take care of myself the way I can and with the mindset and the opportunities and the network. I mean, it's actually a beautiful thing. And if you could do it, do it.
No, and I think that that's the thing with the modeling industry now is that it's so I think it's so overly saturated, and because of the fact that there are those specific models and brands, and there's only so much branding and promotional modeling that you want to do, but what has given me my authenticity and my stature in the industry is the publications. Like, I'm a publicized model, and I think that's why we relate so much.
And FHM as well, right?
I've only been featured in FHM US, but that's an honor because that is a United States magazine, and that is like on shelf, on stand in United States, like stores.
It's so nice though.
No, it's an absolute honor. It is a pleasure. I remember when I worked with, when I did all my covers last year. I only did one publication this year because of all my different
things,
my issues and shit, and just really pursuing the podcast and my business and stuff. It's just really financially
though, you are balancing and juggling a lot of different things, and sometimes you can't do everything.
Everybody knows. A lot of people know what's up because but God is good and like life is, I did a lot of publications. I just did Maxim, Australia and New Zealand, and with 𝒊𝒂𝒂 for March of this year. So like you just said, I want to do more high-end shit.
Too, was it May?
Yes.
May.
Yes, you did. That's right.
Like,
no, you've been doing so many
countries that you did. Okay, great. Yeah.
So that's like, you see, this is a model that I can relate to, and I knew that from the moment that I saw her existence on 𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒄's Instagram, that like we understand the value of modeling. It's not just showing your breasts and showing your pussy and your tits and your ass. No, like I need the authenticity of what I'm doing, because that gives me the integrity that I deserve with the purpose of the work that I'm doing. And like your vision is the same. And I think that anybody that has ever told you like, oh, you mean the killer, is because they're fucking losers. I just want to say, and I like the OnlyFans thing, but we're not OnlyFans model. There's no such thing as being
people ask me if I'm a social media model, like I'm like,
oh my God,
honey, I've already had a name before social media ever existed. When I went into prison, I already had my name. Okay, so like, so that's why I was like, no, I'm not a model on Instagram.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck is that?
Which I understand that there are influencers and just Instagram the models and that, and that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. But when you have built your brand and did stuff prior to social media ever existing, it's a little bit different.
It's absolutely different.
But then I had to build my brand using social media now and learn, and network and stuff. But you actually learn a lot. So basically, so now I'm like thinking, so to do the high fashion stuff to me is actually another big, not challenge, but it's like, wow. So I actually shot with a photographer here in Miami. It's a lady. And she was teaching me how to do some high fashion poses, which is very different. It actually is very awkward and different.
Hurt your back and shit.
Yeah, it's just funny because you don't feel like it looks good, but it actually looks good from their perspective.
Yeah.
So I'm going to learn a little bit more about that before I actually do the big covers, because you do have to put some work into stuff. You just don't want to show up, but I like to plan things out properly and
that's why I like working with 𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒂. Like he really like takes the time and the effort.
He's about the models.
Yeah, he really takes his time and he has a lot of like understanding and the like, and I really he's the only person that has published, like I've gotten published with, except for Justin. That was my very first publication.
Mine too. I think Justin was one of my first, Playboy and the FHM in New Zealand.
Wow. No, coño. Yeah. And I'm telling you, like, he changed my life and he really did convince me to do the publications and see like authenticity aspect of it, because it's like, what? Like, you're just going to take photo shoot and what?
Be shooting with all these photographers for nothing. Okay,
exactly.
So, I like to provide my own content for my social media platform. So I think it's more personal. So even at home during COVID, I'm at home with my tripods and my lighting. And I'm trying to like be all sexy. I'm like, hey, is the lighting right? Is the lighting right? And it's like, you have to learn to put things on a timer and properly. It's just, and then, it's just fun because, it takes time, but it's actually kind of cool to be able to do your own stuff too, because your Instagram should, I feel, be personable and professional, meaning like professional stuff. But I don't want to clutter mine up with all different photo shoots. I want it to be who I am plus publications and professional.
No, and I think that just trying to really see that aspect of it, because I just feel like, and I get that same bullshit all the time, like, oh, I need to do publications. Like a lot of people were always telling me that last year, and I'm like, I'm not an Instagram model. Right. Like I jumped into the modeling it's only been about 2 years. I've been published 14 times, done all these publications, covers, whatever. Yeah. And like, there's so many things that I still want to do with the modeling, but I still want to continue the publications.
What would be amazing? I just also had a huge, it wasn't a brain fart, but a brainstorm.
Tell me.
Great to host parties.
Oh, hell yeah.
Have somebody book us hosting some big ass parties. I've been seeing that in Miami a lot. You get paid.
Qué rico. Well, call me if you need anybody.
That would be so fun.
I'll be your assistant. I'll be like, give me everybody.
But they have like, girls go that have the names and stuff. We go, you get paid to host parties. Like I just seen something with a company I used to work with. So now I'm thinking, because that's what I want to do as well.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
No, and I think like seeing like you on the cover of such a like timeless magazine, like for him's magazine, is that is really the top of the line modeling. Like the way that I was raised and the way that they taught us, because my upbringing, the culture, they saw that industry in one specific way, and it's still like that to this day. It's about the authenticity and the aspect of, you know, the fashion. Like it's gotta be like, you know, real. It's not just this Instagram influencer OnlyFans. These are just like, honestly, right after my generation. Like I'm a millennial, but it's like the what is it, Generation X or whatever. They're the ones that are so fixated with the social media, the TikTok, the this, the that, the bingo, the this. I mean, at the end of the day, that is not modeling. Modeling is when you are contractually published in a magazine. You're contractually published to promote this brand and contractually obligated to do the runway shows and whatever. And Bazaar, so like you said.
I get to choose. I'm okay, so I'm trying to figure out with clothing lines. I want to choose to do covers of my next 3 magazines. So right now I'm trying to plan that. I go online and I look at the clothing and I'm like, okay, what brand do I want to join in and have them on my stuff? So like getting in touch with the company, seeing if they want to sponsor, but if not, it's fine. Look, I don't care. I'll do it.
Why not?
Myself. And so that's what I like to do now too.
I think that's an amazing idea that you like are wanting to involve everybody, and the fact that you are just so open and just, you don't think that you're better than everybody. You're like, listen, I want to work with everybody. Let's go. Let's get it done. You're great. You suck, but whatever. Let's try to get shit work and let's work
on it.
And I think that is what is so authentic about you as a person. And I just think you have so much to offer to this world. And fuck, bro, I'm so happy that I met you and stuff, because I have a lot to learn. Let me tell y'all.
It's exciting to learn and to use or utilize what I can show you or teach you, and then you can also learn from others as well. That's the beauty of it.
Hell yeah.
And applying what you know already as well. So that's kind of cool, you know?
It's absolutely like amazing. So guys, we're going to take a little break. We're going to do a little breaky.
Little break.
And we'll take about a 10-minute break and we'll be right back. Okay, guys? So we'll be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Live Trials by EAC with yours truly. We are now once again coming back with Miss Sabrina Sidoti.
Hello again.
Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes, Sidoti.
Everyone
says Sidoti, but it's Sidoti. You did it.
Sidoti.
Yes.
Coño, pero qué tal? Perra. So thank you guys for joining us. We're doing some live streams as well, and I wanted to continue my beautiful interview with Miss Sabrina. So just enjoy it, okay? Enjoy. So my next question is, if you still do adult work, and how is it right now, and do you feel that the modeling industry and the adult acting are conflicting in today's saturated market, you think?
That's a good question. So I strive to be that adult film star that is able to be diverse and do mainstream as well. I believe I might be the first adult film star to do the cover of the FHM United States. I'm not sure.
Wow.
I was told that, but I'd like to look into it even more so. I'd like to be that adult star, and not even just known as an adult star.
No,
that's just one of my careers. I'm diverse. Okay.
Yes, she is.
I have many personalities. Okay.
Fitness
Let's not
girl,
get it twisted.
fitness girl, entrepreneur. I mean, it's just so empowering.
Yeah. So
everything they do.
So what I'd like to do is in the adult film, I'm okay with still doing adult film, but there's a but. How I'd like to enter the industry the next time, if the next time does arise, is I'd actually like to get a contract.
Yeah.
So, there has been the examples of how women have had contracts with the companies such as Brazzers or Vixen or whoever the companies are, and they actually do like stories on the model, the talent as well, and they could do like a theme, like incarceration. They can do all these different things and use it as like part of my real life and bring it to adult film.
Okay,
and it's quite interesting. So that was brought to my attention, and wouldn't it be kind of hot to see a series of me in the slammer with some hot girls. We're all locked up and we have to make our own toys and we have to do our own thing. Oh my God, we have to survive in there. You know, we have like cat fights and you know. But you know, but you understand. So I'd like to get a contract rather than one movie here, one movie there, one there. No, I'd like to actually do it a different style, a different way, because I am branding my name in the mainstream even more so, which means that anything I do, I need to look for more higher results and goals.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you just can't keep yourself. You have to create standards. You have to say, I have standards. I have goals. This is who I am. I have built my name and branded, and here's my press kit or my publicist. Here's my press kit. It's all about your marketing, your network, your communication, and knowing what's available for you and knowing that you can just reach for it. Just say it. Just ask. Because you don't know what the companies will offer you until you actually ask. And even if they don't offer that at that time, maybe they will start to. Do you know what I mean? You can always, you know, everything's so wide open right now that companies and people that are working want to find a niche, want to find different ways to stand out from the rest because it's all so saturated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's super. And I think that, so I guess, how is the adult industry surviving with OnlyFans now?
Okay, so that I was just gonna say that.
Okay, good. Sorry.
So with the OnlyFans, this is kind of neat. So
it's like it's conflicting, right?
No, so what I did is I first had an OnlyFans paid platform with Nina, and I had my free one with Sabrina.
Okay.
So I had my two different names, but
her alter ego and shit.
You know, you're right. So but I could not. It was too much to be doing two different by myself and have assistants and editing, all this stuff. So I said, let me make them both Nina platforms. Nina Dolce free. That's Nina Dolce DOLCI free is my free platform. So it's free to subscribe, but when you're inside, the content does cost. Yes, it does. But you get to see content.
Yes, it does.
Right. You get to see content on the wall that's more risque, but it's really me. Then on the paid platform, which is Nina Dolce XXX, NINA DOLCI XXX, it's a paid platform.
XXX.
You pay $3, okay, to join. $3
wow,
make you holla. And then every month I want you on Renew, and that's what I strive for, to have guys pay $5 a month, and I give them free content because they're on Renew, because I separate them from the rest. VIP babies.
Oh, wow.
I take care of my VIPs. But yeah, so I'm actually very hands on the platform.
Yeah.
I like to bring my mainstream into my adult world on the platform so that my subscribers feel like they're really getting to know me. And they actually, what they're doing now is they're on my OnlyFans platform and they're like, what is her name on Instagram? Sabrina? Wait a minute. So now they're going to my Instagram and they're like, wait a minute, now we really know who she is. And they're getting excited. These guys. So pardon me, men, but I don't even know when you fucking work, because the bottom line is you guys are so busy researching the females and cheating and flirting and this and that. I mean, just keeping it real. Like, how do you have time to earn? So I have to hand it to you guys. Okay. Just come to my platform while you're doing 5 different things and just let's roll.
Hell yeah. No, and we gotta get that like posted on the fucking, so you guys will see the description and everything listed under the video, her how to contact her, how to access her OnlyFans, her own Instagram. Do you have a YouTube now? I think you should
I do with some free workouts, which I provided during COVID. I was at my house and I wanted to give to the community. And I didn't want to be like that person who is, when COVID and a catastrophe starts, that I'm trying to make money on people. I just felt like that was
you were trying to help people.
Yeah, so I did free videos from my home. I edited them, put them on my YouTube, so women at home had some motivation and drive and could see me in my my living room. During COVID, so that's what I would do for people, because I feel like that's not a time. That's not a time to be trying to, like, an opportunity to make money.
I mean, I think all the rich people were making, and the very wealthy people were like sucking that dick that was going on in the pandemic. That's for sure.
Yeah, they were making a lot of money with the big companies and stuff too. The brackets, they were making some good money.
So, and I think that the way that you've been able to maneuver all of that will, I think bring so much ambition to women that want to pursue so many different endeavors. And I think that that is what is so relatable that I find to you, because of the fact that like I have a very bigger academic background, and when I threw myself into the world of modeling, it was so conflicting, because a lot of people were not understanding how I was like advancing so quickly and then doing so with such a very like differing background. And that's like so empowering to see another woman not only take on so many different endeavors, but be able to excel.
Going, so when you start over your whole life again, it's a really big deal. Some people can't get out of that rut because they don't know how to, or maybe where they're from, or they're deported from the United States when you're federal, when you're doing federal incarceration. There's all these factors that come into mind too, and depends upon what your career was prior. Some careers don't allow you to come back. So some people are, reacclimating their entire life on what they're trying to do and their careers.
I couldn't even say that word.
And
would you even say?
I don't even know. But like, so different age groups, I just feel like it's never too late.
Yeah, no. And what you've been able to create after such a like traumatizing situation is so empowering. And I think that you need to write a book. I think that
I have that in the plan, in the works, in the future.
Good.
I'd love to do these podcasts and interviews and YouTubes and everything, because I feel like it helps me brand and create my history and get it out there more to see what the reactions are. And then I will definitely pursue either next year or the year following a book as well, and have somebody ghostwrite. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm writing a book too.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah,
very
I'm in the process. So come out next summer. It's about like the last decade of my life. So yeah. So
cool.
the people that have been in the last decade of my life better get ready. Bitches.
Look out.
Shit. And let's talk about romance, and let's talk about your dating life, and if you have one, and sex. I'm dying to talk about sex.
My forte. No, I'm kidding. So, okay, dating life. So, I was engaged in my late 20s. I was incarcerated. I was single then, or like dating, a girl at one point inside of being incarcerated. I had a girlfriend. That was fine. That was not like a phase, but because I don't dislike being with a girl, but that's not my. I hate women. That's not my preference. So my preference is to be with men.
Yeah.
But I am bisexual, and I'm open-minded as well. And it's like whatever. But so basically, like I was dating a guy for about 3 years, and without saying anything negative about him, because I think I've already spoke my mind, and I kind of wanted to be at peace.
Yeah.
But like there was a love triangle, and that happened.
Familiar.
There was like a little bit too much going on, and I basically was very casual in the relationship. I was the girl that he could be honest with. I thought.
Yeah, you thought, right? Me too.
Because I thought we had more of an understanding, because he knows of the adult industry and this and that.
Yeah.
So I really thought he was being straight up with me because he could be. But then I realized after talking to the other girls, he was telling all the girls different stories and
typical.
And I feel like if that was his way of having a love triangle, and if that's how he wanted to do things, that's fine. But at the end of the day,
he should have advised you that that's what the fuck he was doing. You know?
Well, because guess what? I hate to break the news, and maybe some people might frown upon this, but I would have been the female to hang in there as well. I would have, if you would have just been honest. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
You're
told
honest.
You what's up.
I'm busy doing all my stuff. I have a career. So if you're straight up with me, even if it's something I don't want to hear, I'll be okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I really, when I hear one girl saying, oh, he's talking about marriage and kids. I'm like, oh, brother, please. I'm like, and he's having unprotected sex with everybody, ladies. Let's all, are we all, first it's our health.
Yeah.
It's our health is number one.
That's
I get
right.
tested and
That's
everything.
right, Shannon.
Yeah, rawr. No, but I get tested. So I need to know, because of my industry, when I do productions for my OnlyFans, I have to have a clean health as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I'm with somebody who's flaunting around and cheating, then that's like giving me a negative, and you could possibly bring something, whether it's detrimental or not.
Yeah,
or,
bro. Disgusting.
There's consequences as we learn for everything in life.
Or just even the morale or the emotional aspect of it. Like, why do you deserve to deal with that? Like, you know, it's not fair.
Well, so my mindset was like this. Like, I wanted to be open-minded and say, well, as long as I know what we're doing and the real, then I can look in another direction as well while you are. So while you're doing what you're doing, you know, playing around with the girls and doing this and that, then guess what? I can do what I want to do and go on a few dates or do this and do that. Because I was actually, when I'm with someone,
you're loyal.
I'm loyal, and I choose to be unfortunately. With them. And if I say anything online about them, it's not to slander them or bring them down, because no matter what, I still love him. Yeah. I actually still love him. So for the ladies and the gentlemen that could watch this soon, that's the bottom line. I love people for who they are.
But you're still available. You are available to the world.
I'm single.
Okay, perfect.
I'm single and
hear
available.
That, everybody?
I mean, seriously, like, I think all of the girls that were involved with him were single, because the whole thing is like, nobody is in.
Disgusting.
Nobody was really in a real
relationship.
What's it called?
Monogamous relationship.
When it's just you two.
Yeah,
so everybody should have the option what they want to do.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much.
I just have this thing. My ex-fiance, we were open. So we were, he was open-minded. So I was very cool, and he could be honest with me. Like, he told me when he cheated on me.
Yeah.
And I was heartbroken. No, listen, I was
heartbroken. Bow.
But you know what? I respected him for telling me. But the relationship went downhill only because abuse started after everything. So, you know, like things take a turn, and sometimes not everybody is meant to be, you know?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
It's very unfortunate to go through shit.
You know, and I think that instead of him cheating, lying, stealing, and whatever the case may be for that circumstance, like, they should have just advised you and said, listen, this is what I'm doing, this is who I'm doing it with, or whatever. Do you want to be a part of this? Do you want to be a part of that?
Give the woman a choice.
Exactly. And like, that's why I can relate.
It's not only our feelings, it's our health.
Yeah.
It's everything. Give us a choice. Women want choices, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that, like, that is so amazing to hear that, like, you had such a similar experience to what I went through after 7 years. I think that, you know, the sense that to not have the ability to give, you know, that third, like, the person the opportunity to decide as to whether they want to even be involved in such a horrifying thing.
No, it's very selfish.
Disgusting.
Though. From all levels, it's something selfish.
Yeah.
Now, if that person who I was involved with, if they choose to be who they are, that's fine.
Exactly.
And you know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're a bad person.
Exactly.
You just need to roll with females that are cool with what's going on. And you just can't, you know what I mean? You have to keep it real. Keep it 100.
100.
Ow.
No, and especially, like, if you're not married to the person, like, why do you have to hide so much shit? Like, why do you have to lie? Why do you have to be so deceptive? Like, my ex was so crazy deceptive, and the shit that he was hiding from me was almost as if I was his wife. And, you know, a lot of, even the attorneys were sitting there like, yo, like, the guy hid so much from you and, like, did so much deceptive things as if you were the wife. And it was crazy because all he had to do was tell me, listen, like, this is the situation. This is what I'm doing. I'm with a woman, like, half your age, and, like, fucking, like, she's a loser, can't even speak English, like, whatever, bro. Like,
she
go
papers. No, I'm kidding.
Nah, vaya, no. Probably. I won't even doubt it, bro.
My ex-fiance,
fucking loser.
When he came to me after we've been broken up, right? He told me, he's like, I met some girl, I met someone I've been dating, and we're gonna get married, and she needs her papers. I'm like, oh,
wow.
Okay, babe, whatever you gotta do.
Wow,
I
said,
disgusting. So go for it.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
You know, I mean, I felt like, but you know what? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I understand, but he was the only one even though he abused me physically, he still would tell me. It's so weird.
Yeah, I would have shot him.
I know.
I would have shot him like that. Say, pow, 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 pow.
But the whole abuse thing, I'm not with. Once you put your hands on me, or if you even come near to make me feel threatened, or verbally abuse me to an extent, it's going down.
Yeah.
It's going down. Yeah.
like I've never been physically abused. I think that men have always had that sense of intimidation by me because I'm just, I don't know, but I've had
Hot
weapons.
tamale, baby.
Nah, fucking like
Yeah.
they know, bro. I got the NRA sticker everywhere. You know what will happen? Si tú me toques, y si tú me toques cuando yo no quiero, te voy a matar. Fucking losers. But no, and that's the thing. Like, I don't have stalkers. I've never had any stalkers, people showing up at my house or anything. I've never had any of that shit. Like, so to me, when I hear that, it's so crazy because what the fuck? Like, I would have literally pushed that guy off a building or some shit. Like, because, like, I don't know. And for a man to put his hands on a woman, like, even if it's just like a push or something.
Than a woman. No,
of course.
They shouldn't be doing that. Yeah.
And that's something that I have a lot. Like, my girlfriend Kendall, like, she does, like, she goes to the dojo thing and she does her, you know, fitness stuff and all of that. And I'm always like, bro, like, but the way that they handle, and she's strong as fuck. Like, this bitch is super strong. Like, she'll throw me up, pick me up, and whatever. But I look at, like, what she does and I use that as a factor. Like, fuck, I can never, like, if a guy tried to attack me, I can never try to do a fucking kick, like, or some
Right.
shit, you know?
Yeah.
I would have to just get my gun and be like, bow, 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 bow.
Yeah.
And that'll be it, bro. But, like, I look at that shit and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with these men? Like, but I've had emotional abuse, like, at the
That's
highest
trauma is
level.
bad.
Yeah,
Emotional
no, it's worse.
abuse, verbal abuse.
Well, I'm not saying
it
it's
does.
worse, but-
It does hurt. It
Yeah.
really does. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like, I mean, and what was so crazy, at least about my last situation, was that, like, he projected the fact that he stole, lied, cheated, manipulated all onto me. Like, I was the problem. Like, that was so creepy, yeah. And sexually extorted me, all this stuff, and it was so creepy because it was just like, why can't you just let me go?
Sounds so eerie and complicated and like not cool. Not good.
Loser. Like,
Yeah.
he's such a loser. Like, a millionaire bum. That's what I fucking call him. Millionaire bum. Like, literally has acquired nothing in his life. He just, like, sits on money and just fucking, like, it's everything has been given to that person. Like,
Yeah.
everything. He's never been able to acquire something out of nothing. And then him seeing me do that, I mean, it just, like,
It's actually a different. So
how dare you?
So I've always worked for everything that I wanted in life. My dad, he was an associate to the mob, and from New York. You know, he did a little time himself. Then he was wanted at some point. Then he fled the United States and went to the Dominican for 15 years. But so basically with that, you know, my dad always had cash on hand, like money, because he had businesses and restaurants and
Yeah.
horses that raced, and he was a bookie as well, so he had his thing. But I was never handed things, like, meaning, like, no, it was never like, here you go, do this, or here's this, and here's no. Everything that I have earned, anything I have learned, I have worked for, I have researched, you know, and I still am. You know, I still am, because I've learned that sometimes the more people you bring in your circle is not the best. You kind of have to make sure who you're bringing in, and you need to research people, their characters, and who they work with, and,
yeah.
you know, take a good look, you know?
No, yeah, and I think that that's the best advice to, like, give, and it's just difficult. Like, the dating world now, I just brought myself into that about 3 months ago, and today makes 1 year that I've been officially single, and I just opened the door to the so-called, like, meeting people and dating, or whatever the fuck that even means. And it's like,
Dating is like, I don't even know, that's like fucking
I can't even
Cowboys and
anymore.
Indians or something. It's like crazy now.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's so gross. Men are gross. All they want to do is fuck. And it's like, okay, yeah, I think we all want to have sex too, but it's like, yo, what is the purpose? Our long-term, you know, purpose between each other and the relations and stuff. And I don't know. It's just, it's so weird. And oh God, I mean, whenever somebody asks me about that, I'm like, I don't even know where to begin on the conversation. Like, it's just so creepy.
Yeah.
But do you have any recommendations or suggestions, like, whether they're good or bad, with respects to the modeling industry itself? Like, you know, as I had mentioned, you know, with the publications and stuff.
Well,
like,
now we have a lot of things that are available to us by going on the World Wide Web and on Instagram, and, you know, you can research so much and see different associations that people are linked to. You can actually research. It depends upon your goals. So if you need help with branding and marketing, you would hire a company for that. If you need a publicist, you would actually interview and have a consultation with a publicist and see who their connections are, how long they've been in the business, what can they bring to the table as well, and how many clients that they have, and are they going to fit you into their schedule, and because everybody now wants to do everything. And what I think is like, what if you're one person, whether you have an assistant or not, there's only so much that you can take on.
No.
So like with me, if somebody was to ask me to take on something else right now, I would have to say no, and I have said no.
Yeah.
And because the fact is, if I'm going to take any more of my time out for any other project or endeavors, you need to know management of time. This is my advice.
Yeah.
Structure, management, responsibility, habits,
there's a skill of time management is like critical, right?
Micromanagement of everything too. You have to be able to manage your schedule, your time, where you put your time, because, at the end of the day, when you look back and you're like, wait a minute, I was in the DMs for this long, I was here for this long, did that all make you money? No. Exactly. So that's why when I'm like, for example, that's very important. Don't think for a minute you have to be that girl that is always responding to guys in the DMs or this and that. Stop. Because they are in 20 other boxes, 50 other boxes, doing the same damn thing, trying to take your time. And what are they doing? Nothing.
Nada.
So that's why with me, I try to I handle everything like a business now.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's the right way to do it, baby.
Like the guys on the Instagram DM, hi guys, on the Instagram DM, you can go right to my OnlyFans. Do not collect 200, pass by go, join.
Peace.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to spend my time, it's just when you're managing yourself and you're hiring publicists and photographers and you're doing magazines and you're doing your fitness, you don't have time. You can't give your time to people unless they're in your network.
Or they're paying your way.
Right.
$500 an hour.
Line, I'm just saying,
No, it's seriously, I'm really in that situation that I think that every hour, minute, second, and millisecond needs to be paid.
Even if you're in a relationship. So I actually am like a life coach or relationship coach to my best friend.
To everybody.
Sabrina. Sabrina is my best friend. And, I talk to her a lot and I help her through a lot as well. Not help her, but I assist. I give advice.
Guidance.
And she thanks me every week. And, maybe I can't be in a relationship right now and sacrifice for another person, but I can actually help another person out, somebody who I care about, and I take my time with her as well. And this is something for example, this is what she wanted.
Yeah.
A relationship and being with somebody and, a real serious, thing. So I know how to do that too.
Yeah.
I'm not ready right now.
Just don't want that now.
I don't want that cookie cutter, or I don't want to sacrifice what I'm doing to be in a relationship. And sometimes you do have to do that as a woman.
Yeah.
Even if you are a woman that has your, you have companies like cosmetics, clothing, this and that.
And your career.
You need to apply your time to your career. So don't think it's so easy and simple to get with just anyone, because you can't.
Exactly.
You have to have you have to mesh with somebody who either understands that they're not going to be the first, and they're going to have to be independent as well and have their own thing going on. And that's why I have to tell you, I was okay with my past relationship for 3 years, because we did have both of our own things going on, but it was a little bit of the honesty and respect in that matter, but everything else to me was fine.
Yeah.
But right now I'm I'm taking a step back.
Yeah.
Taking a step back. I'm actually working on my goals and stuff, very fast paced. And my advice to women as well is, if you are in a relationship already,
yeah,
and there's things that you want to do, of course, I guess you have to discuss it with your significant other. But, it has to be something that you do jointly then, if you're going to do it. I mean, you have to, you don't want to be stuck in a rut and be uncomfortable and miserable. And at 80 years old, be like thinking back, like, I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have, that's horrible.
Yeah. I think that also too, like, you have to be really careful with malicious, narcissistic people who will first initiate like the sense of support. They'll be like, yeah, go do this. We support you. I love you. Da 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 da. Keep doing that. And then they're the same individuals that then turn around and see when you succeed, they're trying to pray for your failure. So I think that like is what's scary. And that's what happened to me. That was my experience. Not to say that will happen to everybody else. Like what I had to deal with was a very insane, like bizarre situation that I was with somebody for so long and did not know that they were pursuing a whole other woman that, speaks no English.
Level, right?
Yeah, he was taking care of her and her 2 adult children. Like, and
that's a serious level, yeah.
I mean, like, loser shit, and oh my God, it's disgusting. And it's like, you look at the world.
A whole different life, yeah.
And I mean, the worlds are so different, and this was somebody like who proclaimed to be so prestigious and he was so Americanized. He didn't understand how people came to America and they didn't speak English, and then he's there fucking some ugly ass, fake ass bitch, like almost whatever at a certain age there, but that has nothing to do with it. It's not the age, it's not her. Like, I never blame the woman, the third party. You blame the individual.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I don't care if he was fucking 20 people. I'm not gonna go after the 20 people. I'm gonna go after you, bitch, because you were the one that was doing this garbage, not those fucking 20 people. The 20 people were just looking at you for your money.
But people don't want to take responsibility for their actions.
Oh, of course
you
not.
already know.
Oh yeah, no, of course not. Oh, of course the fuck not. Like, oh no, yeah, it was all my fault that he cheated and shit. It's like, what?
It all routed right back to you, baby. All about you.
Bro, and this leads me to my next question. Like, I know that when I had first initially told you and stuff that, my podcast and what I do and my forte is obviously I assess politics and stuff. Everybody knows that I love politics. Politics had a dick, I would suck it every day. I'm just dying to know what your political beliefs are.
Neutral.
And well, I mean, and
where's my flag? Neutral. No, so I personally I'm very neutral with this topic.
So you're a moderate.
I'm moderate. So okay, I don't get into it. I don't even research it. I feel like
that's fair.
This is just me.
Because that's good that you're like that. You're not like, oh, I'm an expert, and you say all these stupid ass opinions. I don't like.
So what I don't like is when people really don't know diddly squat shit about the politics or anything, and it doesn't even affect them, but yet they want to act like their voice and what they're saying is actually making sense.
Yep.
And they have no friggin' clue. That I don't like.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you don't know. Like stop watching certain things and joining in or chiming in. If you're going to be about something and be firm and strong about it, know about it.
Yeah.
Research about it. Know why you're this way or know why you choose, I mean, and that's it. So, okay, so when the election and stuff, so everybody was like, it was like a whole catastrophe. And I'm just like,
garbage.
Okay, so with me, I'm just like, okay, is it going to directly affect me? No. Okay, what's going to happen here? Am I going to be okay? Yep. Okay, am I going to wake up tomorrow breathing? Yep. Okay, great. Okay, let me just put my blinders on, move forward, and just go about my life while everybody is in an uproar with signs, going crazy, fighting about it, debating about it. I said, let me just make my money. Okay, while you all go crazy. I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it's okay to have conversations about things, but when the debates get ugly and when people start putting people down, and I'm like, what is going on here? Like,
it's very degenerate type. I think that's very immature.
With every topic, degenerate type of
like that character, the personality, right? No, it's disgusting. No. And I think that, like, you see, for me, a lot of, obviously my guests know and my audience knows where I stand. I'm a Republican. I have conservative views, socially, fiscally. That's really how I see life. I do have some socially liberal views. Like, I do not believe in women that if you decide one day that, you become pregnant and stuff and you don't want to have a child with that person. Am I saying that you need to wait like 4 or 5 months? Absolutely not, because you should be responsible with your body and not be fucking the whole world and be like, oh, I'm pregnant, I want to have a fucking abortion or something. No, we're not talking about that, because you see, I'm a very responsible individual that I haven't had sex in fucking 10 months, but whatever, we're not going to talk too much about that shit. But it's like, and I'd rather be that way than just go and have sex with somebody and then be so miserable and just imprisoned in my own mind.
I'm pro about women having their own choices. I'm pro about all that.
But you see, like, I don't want women to like think that because you had a baby with somebody or you're about to have a baby with a horrible human being, that if you decide like 8 months later that, oh my God, I'm gonna abort it now. No, that's horrible. Like, how can you do that? Like,
there has to be time frame.
Exactly. That's where I stand with politics.
Pro-choice of a woman, that's fine. But
pro-choice is till the end. That's the problem with
but of course you don't want to like abort when you have a complete baby. Like, oh my God, like that's crazy.
So there's been people, so like the liberals, so like
I thought they couldn't do it past 4.5 or 5 months.
No, Democrats. Okay. So the Democratic Party.
See, I don't know. I'm like, oh my
and
God.
that's good that like I can inform you, but like the Democratic Party promotes that women can have that, you're pro-choice, all this stuff, till the moment of like birth.
I didn't know that.
So the governor of Virginia, like I think it was a year or two ago, that he was, having issues in his state and stuff like that, where he was, insinuating that like a woman can conceive a child and the baby could sit there like with no oxygen, and the doctor and the mother can ensue a discussion about what will happen with the child and its like viability. And I think that that's where politics on its face is falling in the crack, like just falling to garbage, because if we're gonna sit there and be like, okay, whatever, you don't want that child, then go like put it up for adoption. Like, there will be a family.
I would decide with that's what I would say, put up for adoption. You don't take life like that when fully developed.
So that's good to know, like that you're at least like honest about the fact that you're not a political person. And that's great, because I didn't expect for you to be as me, and that's the problem with who I am.
I have girlfriends that are, and when they're messaging me, I'm like, we're not discussing this. We're not discussing this. I says my decisions are mine.
Yeah.
If I want to get my vaccine, that's my choice.
Yeah. If you don't, you do. I didn't have it. I don't want it.
Right. So it's like everybody has their choices.
Correct.
And we cannot base our conversations on what's going on with the media, where people are arising and creating and all this bullshit. I mean, I've had people like text me and be like,
are you vaccinated?
It's almost the end of the world. Like, basically, with everything. Like, I've had every degree come my way.
Tell me one story, at least one.
Okay, so that the economy is everything is coming to an end. Like it's like really like this is it. And I said, you're an adult film star, and you suck dick, and you're gonna be fine, bitch. I mean, I'm keeping it real. I mean,
shit.
Okay, let's just
no, she's probably a conservative.
So
saying that shit.
You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, so
she
you have to kind of think for a moment, like, so, but it's funny. The same
might be a little exaggerated, but
the same person said that to me a year and a half ago, and we were fine. So it's kind of like everybody has their views and their whole.
She's probably making less money now because Trump is not in office, but like the fucking money was flowing like nobody's ever seen. Now it's like I don't know what's happening with the world and Afghanistan and stuff.
Well, that now is a whole different story. That is horrific. That is like, to me, when I'm reading about that yesterday,
it's really sad.
I was like, oh my God. Like, I mean, I was like,
that's going to be my next episode, by the way, guys.
I couldn't imagine like being a woman there. I'm 46, but if I was like the underage one.
But you're somebody's mother or somebody
they're looking for women who are widowed too. So they are marrying women who are widowed and women who are 15 and over, is it? 13 and over, whatever it is. But yeah, so it's like that right there would freak me out. Like, I would have already had an underground tunnel created 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I have it dug and ready for escape.
It's scary. It's a scary world for those people.
You can't live like that.
And it's scary. Like, it's more like, I look at more like the Gold Star families that like lost loved ones and stuff, like the bloodshed of American
and the COVID
souls
over there and everything too is horrible. Like, it's very bad. I was watching, they were crying and stuff.
It's sad and it's so disgusting, but it's good to know. Like, I'm a political analyst and I love to know people's political stance, and the sense of honesty that you have is just like so refreshing, because I usually have people that would be like, try to convince you of like to be a part of this movement and all that stuff. And at the end of the day, we all have our beliefs. We all have our choices. Like, don't try to force me to get vaccinated or any of this
say
stuff.
something to me about me on how you feel about me and my views because that's how I feel.
No, that's disgusting. That's despicable. Like, if you want to be, like, I've had friends in law school that loved fucking Hillary Clinton. Until this fucking day, I've pulled out the picture of her husband, Bill Clinton, in a dress painted in Epstein's home that the FBI found. It's like a painting that they found of Bill Clinton dressed up in a blue dress. And I always ask my friends, like, oh yeah, what is this, bro? Can y'all explain this shit? No, because él estaba, mira, or like they were in some shit. But whatever, like, listen, we all respect each other. We all have decency. We engage in dialogues that are respectful.
Something I seen online with Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, so I like him. So I feel like he could say whatever he wants to say. He was not whatever. Listen, his views are his. So when I was watching things online, and then I was kind of like thinking to myself when there were certain companies like supplement companies.
Well,
and supplement companies. Hold on, wait. We no longer want to sponsor his. I'm thinking to myself, there will be somebody that will come along. Good riddance. And that's just how I am.
Yeah.
You're gonna base your business on certain views that somebody has. But my thing is like good riddance to you then.
Exactly.
If you want to move on, go.
There are pros, and this is what, it's funny that you bring that up because I was actually just assessing the specific issue where something similar, where there was a business, like it was a cake company, like a guy that he does wedding cakes, whatever. You have a business, like you have it's the same thing for us. We have our established modeling
and we're
businesses.
Saying things right now. Is that going to backfire on us? Like, oh wow, like
and it's
you know
just,
what I mean? Like it's like.
And I think the fact that because of what happened with that specific, the cake, like the person, the cake owner, I forgot what they called him, but he from Colorado, where he even went up to the Supreme Court and everything because of his religious beliefs and all that shit, that he didn't want to make a transgender cake and all that shit. It's like, who gives, like, and me as a business owner, I run a business.
Make that damn cake.
I don't care who hires me for a job as long as it's ethical. There's integrity in the position that is being offered to me. I am not going to judge.
Companies that make boobs and penises and stuff cakes.
And I don't care about their sex. And
they're
I don't care about
cakes. They're very nice.
Exactly. And and the thing is, I don't care about the sexual orientation, the religious beliefs, or the political beliefs of that individual, of the person that's hiring me for a service. I just want to make sure that it's not being projected. As long as it's not being projected on me,
exactly,
I don't give a fuck. But that was what was the problem with the cake person, that he didn't want to make the transgender cake, so he was sued by the state of Colorado, because for discrimination, all this shit.
Yeah.
And then it went up to the Supreme Court, and actually the Supreme Court held up the fact that, like, he has a religious, like, if he has a religious belief, he can deny service, but that's fine.
Political stuff, like, businesses should not be based on. Religious stuff, they have like a little.
If you run a business, bro, like,
but you are in the United States of America, and we do have. It's very diverse. It's a melting pot of all types of individuals and beliefs, colors, everything.
It doesn't matter if you're gay, transgender, Petra. See, you have 20 transgender names.
It does not affect you. It does not affect you in a negative way. Your political beliefs should not affect you at all with business, and if people want to be closed-minded about it, bye. That's how I am.
No, it's just stupid.
It's just so funny how now that there's so much political going on. 10 years ago, no one said shit, and everybody was still the same of who they are. You know, they were still doing their businesses.
Like, let them stay in Afghanistan and shit. And now they're like, oh my God, why are we still there? Like, oh my God.
You know what I mean?
It's so hypocritical.
So crazy. Yeah.
It's hypocritical. And if it wasn't Trump's fault, it's like the other person's fault, or it's Obamacare or some shit, like Obamacare. I'm always crazy with Obamacare. But like, I
have it.
Do you? I used to have, I don't have any insurance right now.
When I was released, I learned about healthcare.gov. Look, I'm like doing a commercial.
Obamacare.
No, but I got it when I was
Obamacare.
And
he don't care.
I kept it the whole fucking time.
Oh, shit.
And I've been having good health insurance. Oh, you don't even know.
No, I have no health insurance.
If you put me on a roll right now with Florida Blue, it's great. They come to my house, pop healthcare and everything. Girl, please.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no. My best friend, Sabrina,
Obamacare.
she says, no. they have that? No, they're just treating you like that. I'm like, no,
Oh,
I'm an asthmatic.
Does she love Trump or what? She's
She's a pro-Trump. But I'm an asthmatic, and the health insurance, they actually assist
Like it's
into
effective.
consideration, and they come out every 3 months, and they take my whatever's called.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome,
and talk to me
actually.
and I can get my prescriptions. They refill them and everything. That I don't have to go to a doctor. But anyway,
That's fucking awesome,
I
actually.
learned so much, and I could share that.
No, thank you. I appreciate
welcome.
that enormously. Pues aquí no hay ni un Obamacare, Trump care, ni pussy care, ni nada. I have nothing.
Just care, damn it.
Yeah, literally, just care about me. So, like, to conclude our episode today, I really just wanted to ask you the final question as to if you had any final suggestions, recommendations for those that are in the pursuit of the same goals that you've achieved. And if once you're done with your response, if you can just give the amazing audience where they can locate you, all your platforms, and this will be in the description box below this video, but I just want her to reiterate that so you guys never forget me. Sabrina Sidoti.
Wow.
Sidoti.
So my
Sidoti?
advice and suggestions: do your research, message other models that have already reached the goals that you're trying to reach and have similar goals. Everybody's fairly nice. Maybe some people don't do their own social media platforms, but for the most part, you'll get a nice handful that actually do, and they do respond as well. And if they don't do it, then the person who's responding will, if it's a necessary question, they will relay it as well.
Yeah.
But for the most part, do your research, figure out your goals, why you want to do it. Don't get caught up with these agents in the adult industry, these agents that
or even in the modeling agency, right?
Like men. There's men, solo manager agents.
Okay.
Not the
Yeah.
company, the agencies.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have, still to this day, they're very shady, screwing girls around, strong arming them. It's just not good. What you want to do is you want to go online. You can actually contact the companies your damn self. You can actually contact the agencies that have been established in California and wherever for years. You can contact a lot of companies on your own.
Yeah.
Send them a front, back shot, front, back side.
There's the agent is no longer like existent anymore.
Right.
Almost.
You can
Wow.
actually bypass a lot of things, but if you don't, that's if you have time.
Yeah.
But do your research. And if you'd like to do more research about me, I am on Instagram as 2 different personas. We have Sabrina Sidoti, that's Sabrina and _SIDOTI. Nina, then we have real Nina real Nina Dolce. REALNINADOLCI is my other IG. Then we have Twitter. I'm trying to remember that one. Just look up my name, please. I forgot it.
We'll put it in the description box.
I forgot it. And then we have my OnlyFans. Do you want me to say it again?
Please say it again. Carajo.
Free platform. NINADOLCI. Free. FREE. Or we have Nina Dolce XXX. Paid platform where you get the special VIP treatment. NINADOLCI XXX.
Amazing.
Yes.
And I am so grateful. Thank you so much.
It's such a great time here. We covered so many topics. So inspiring and positive.
No, I hope you really do decide to come back.
Absolutely.
And I would love to have you again any day, anytime, anywhere. Anytime, anywhere.
Love you. Thank you for having me, love.
No, thank you. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and all the platforms that are hosting my podcast, Life Trials by EAC. And please, guys, a lot of people don't know I am growing this brand new business. I took the biggest financial risk of my entire life, literally a year ago today. And if you want to consider supporting my podcast, please go to elizabethcharney.com, and any donation is enormously appreciated to keep this podcast running. Thank you guys again for tuning into Life Trials by EAC with yours truly and Miss Sabrina Sidoti.
Thank you, guys.
See,
I'll be back.
Peace. Tell these motherfuckers peace.